You can have the mid, boy.
Yeah,
is that what that was, you think?
I think,
you don't think that was
so.
Fear saying, I will do you proud?
Yeah.
I think that was, let's throw it back, baby.
He's smiling.
Let's bring back a little AC/DC, Thunderstruck. I love it. Now, this reminds me a lot of a draft we did yesterday where Newbie picked Tinker for SCCC because it made so much sense, even though it's not a vintage SCCC hero.
I tell you what, with the heroes we've got in this game, if you don't like Lightning, you're going to hate this game.
There you go.
You're going to absolutely hate it.
Well, I'm not going to follow your rule, Paul.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Right, the Fable. It's not my rule. I didn't invent it. It's the EG Fable.
I think EG have the better drafter, and I think they're going to win the game.
God. Okay, so EG have the better draft, and you're going with EG?
Got to do it.
All right, gods. Don't play with us now.
That Zeus pick still throwing me off, so I think I'm going to go with EG because of that.
Okay.
I want to see a Fear Storm, though. I'm hoping for Fear on the Storm.
A Fear Storm? Get out of here! It's still playing Genius, and that's Samael. Let's find out, though. Who is playing it? I think that's the first question we need to answer. These two have gone for Evil Geniuses. What have our commentary team gone for as we head into game number 2?
What? He didn't do it. We knew he wouldn't do it.
You've been baited, my friend.
I
told him I was gonna do. I was like, I'm gonna open up our intro like that. I'm gonna open up.
You'll do the Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck, and he's like, I'll do the music.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. I try. I still have some hope left in my life. Okay. Oh, is that?
You're not a jaded old caster like us. All right.
In terms of being wrong, I guess we said 100% Sumail Storm.
Yep.
I can read. That is not true.
That is indeed not true.
It appears to still be RTs. We'll see if this is swap.
Maybe
they might still swap.
Maybe, yeah. In real life, they swap.
Smart.
Yeah. Because in the end,
hey, we have the camera shots to prove it, though.
Yeah. But TNC won't know that. It's not like they're going to get a camera shot. You think that's in the admin rules? Not allowed to swap seats?
It should be, I think.
That'd be the ultimate mind game.
Oh, okay.
I bet
Next
DP
level.
could do it.
I bet they could. I bet they get away with it too. But alas, here we are. So these drafts, we have the Omni-Knight and the Storm. We've heard a lot from EG about Storm. They're probably the team that's talked the most about Storm Spirit. In terms of what they like with the hero. They often talk about the mana battery idea. That's not something that they're really getting this game. But the idea of having this protector, the Omni-Knight, someone who enables you to just go crazy in every single team fight. Kind of the same deal for a Terrorblade, honestly. This looks like a pretty fun game for RTZ on the Storm Spirit.
What was mana battery concept?
Like a Coddle, Keep It Alight, an IO or something, anything like that that would give lots of mana to the hero.
I see. Man, TNC just completely drafted to dump all over a Terrorblade.
Yeah, they really, they went in. Right at the start of the draft, like, yeah, okay, we'll take the Tinker.
They went a Zeus, Tinker. Like, I don't know, man. This is pretty crazy. And that means EG did have a last pick Storm Spirit, and it looks like a really good Storm Spirit game. A good counter to the Tinker as well. And looks like they're already going to see our first counter to the Tinker. Early game ganks. Going to have a full supports rotate into mid lane and grant RTZ their first blood.
Storm versus Tinker. We used to see this matchup quite a bit, actually, of course. Storm was that big counter pick to the Tinker that everyone looked towards when Tinker was certainly more popular and one of the most obnoxious heroes. And Storm also used to be quite a bit better back then, but now both those heroes have kind of slowly climbed their way back into the meta. And it's kind of those, like, typically they're the guys who get ganked before level 6, There's, like, pressure comes on to either one of them or something like that, but it's probably going to be a little bit more chill here.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Nightstalker isn't just chilling out mid.
Yeah, I'm surprised the supports have even left at this point, honestly. I thought that it would be a bit more active.
But that's because he's got to try and help out Sam H against Fear's Terrorblade, I guess. And somehow I'm not too surprised that Fear's the one playing the Terrorblade. Oh no! That was not the Burrow Strike, and he is going to get punished heavily for that one. No Sandstorm, so he's just going to have to take the full wallop of damage coming out from the Terrorblade.
But the Razor pick as well, I guess we were talking about, like, it looks a little awkward in terms of the draft, but it just comes down to that importance of laning that we've come to in the most recent patches and meta. And everyone always discusses that when it comes to Omni-Knight, pretty much the only hero that you can really feel that comfortable and confident with is going to be that Razor. So Raven should have a fairly good time here, not really under much kill threat, even with the Rubik around. It's more so just kind of helping to stabilize the lane. So not expecting too much pressure down there. And then it's 1437 back on the Zeus. So he's done this before. They've also run it before in a core role for Cuckoo, so there was a little bit of flexibility possibilities, I suppose. But it's what advantage they have. They have crazy good vision control this game. You're running a Night Stalker and a Tinker. Or sorry, a Night Stalker and a Zeus, and that's all for a Tinker to have that extra vision so that he feels safer across the map, farming as well as enabling during ganks.
It's such a weird starting build. You see that Zeus? He was given shared tangos, straight up clarities.
Yeah, and he's the support. It's just like
pretty weird.
He's
got to stabilize the lane. I thought he was going to be mid. I think he was going to pew 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 all like over and over and over again and try and win that mid lane for Cuckoo. And he's just been kind of wandering around.
Yeah, I think he's just living the bounty rune life. Doesn't want to take anything away from Raven. Can't really add much to it, I guess. He feels like he'll just be regenerated away from the Omni Knight. So yeah, it's bounty rune scav.
Maybe we should pause things.
What he's going to do here.
He's got some time to think about it.
Right. I mean, they do have a Razor matchup versus the Omni Knight. Well, you have a Source of Purge against Repel, against the Ultimate as well. In laning phase, you have the Static Link. But he does have the Rubik kind of stabilizing the lane and making it so Sumail isn't totally shoved out for 90% the laning phase, which is exactly what a Razor does. Melee offing.
Bit of an odd little smoke here. Smoked up Zeus and Night Stalker this early on in the game. I mean, it is nighttime, but he's also still level 2 and like 3/4 for the NS.
Oh, they're going to catch RTZ, slowing him down. They're going to get a good amount of damage coming out from 1437, and they didn't even bother to throw the extra nukes coming up the Tinker. Okay. Just knew they had it. The kill does end up going to Tim's as a result of Kook's, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't spend what you don't need.
Laziness. Frugalness.
Frugalness, thank you.
How about that?
He's being mana frugal. Lazy. You lazy.
Yeah. Can't even press those buttons.
Crit, double damage, trying to run away from Tim's. Gonna be chased down. It looks like he will end up dying. Sumail actually had to kind of give up on trying to threaten anybody because he's got a static link on him, so he just had to run away from Raven.
Tim's slaying it, man. Level 4, or rather 4 minutes in, and then you're only level 2 as a Night Stalker. That's scary, and that's kind of the life these days. You know, that first night is almost like a just gone. Oh, Cuckoo though. That's scary. Yep, but the fact that he just gets the kill mid, and then he goes right down bottom, gets that other kill. Sadly, a lot of that advantage now has been lost because Tinker just went down. But this might just mean that Tim's can at least get one more kill before this nighttime ends, and already off to a pretty important start when he has a Zeus taking all of his bounty runes.
Yeah, certainly. Where do you think he rotates to next?
I don't know if they can do anything against Fear, would be my only question, because he's going to be pretty close to 6. He's also got some help from a Rubik and a Bounty Hunter. I mean, he's heading up there, but...
Yeah, they've left the Terrorblade alone for a little while, so they're probably thinking he is solo, but Crit and Misery are here. Good placement by Misery to try and chase down Sam H. Still gets a couple of hits in. He's going to be slowed down by the Orb of Venom and will slowly die, this time by the hand.
Yeah, I guess mid probably would have been the better play, but it's hard to tell. You know, they didn't necessarily know exactly where the supports were. Now he has the vision up there, so he even sees Crit rotating back for his bounty room, but can't really apply the pressure. Just wants to secure his own. Sadly for him, though, Misery has already stolen it. And Raven actually gets the runes down bottom. Where is 1437? He's just under the tower. Gonna make something happen here.
Do they have any stacks anywhere, Trent? For the Tinker or anything? Because I was thinking, like, if they do stack up, right? Then, like, the Zeus is really good at stacking thanks to Arc Lightning. Then he, in turn, can take the mid lane while Tinker goes and farms the jungle.
Yeah, that could be something to start looking for now, actually. But overall, they've been quite busy. I guess 1437 is probably the one who is, like, the least impactful at this point. In terms of his rotations and everything, he's mostly been on the bounty runes, but he did help out when Tim's made that rotation to the mid and to the bottom lane. He was just kind of trailing behind the whole time. Misery tries to go for the courier side. He actually gets it post immunity. Couldn't get it over the trees or anything like that. And the instant TP with the ward down. Very nice. That'll probably get countered, though.
He goes for the 1-1-2 build for the extra damage again. Works out there. Razor in big time trouble. That is the one small advantage for the Omni Knight against Razor is you do have a very heavy pure damage nuke. If supports can rotate for you, get disables, and you've got maybe another nuke on your hand. And actually get a kill on the Razor, and that really helps offset the laning phase advantage that Razor has. You can see he's actually not that good on CS. Only 24 and 6 compared to 34 and 11 on Omni Knight.
Yeah, that help from the Rubik really paying off. Yeah. And that was with the pressure that came down from the Night Stalker and the Zeus. And that means that in terms of net worth right now, all 3 Radiant cores are at the top of the chart. Often the one of the best ways to start your game off. So, Sumail probably hoping he gets to play quite a bit like his Abaddon game. Maybe get into a Radiance or something.
Go for a kill on Fear here. Slowed down. Silenced off as well with the epicenter. They've easily got the magic damage between the 2 of them to bring him down. Raven is just overkill. TNC are doing the early rotations. I think we had a conversation about that. Team Liquid. We were watching that Navi game and how Team Liquid are always willing to bring numbers nice and early.
Can't believe you didn't do the Thunderstruck intro with me. I'm really offended. My feelings are still a little bit hurt. It's been 8 minutes.
It's actually the whole entire reason is because I got thrown up because I thought I was going to do the chorus and you were going to do the music that comes afterward. I didn't know you were going to do the intro to the song.
Yeah,
see you through me through it.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I see right through
you. Misery, you're in trouble, son.
They see through him as well. With a zap. Is he out of mana? Oh, he's out of mana.
He's got no zap mana, but as long as he doesn't get hit by marching machines. Sam H, hey, let's turn around. Stop focusing on a bounty hunter you can't catch, and let's see if we can punish Sumail here. Slow down a little bit more. Cuckoo's double damage, doing a lot of work. He needs to get the laser. Nice play by Cuckoo. I like the fact that he stopped his laser, got another hit in, because laser is instantaneous.
Yeah, also having the silence early on there from the Night Stalker too.
Yeah.
Quite a handy thing up against an Omni-Knight. Didn't have to repel, and couldn't get off another heal or anything.
2017, 2018, no games of Storm Spirit for our team. And not that much in his whole entire record either.
I hear he started playing with some guy around that time.
He was pretty good at Storm, right?
Yeah. But
man,
he fell off hard.
Wonder where that guy went. Certainly not in the mid lane.
Now he just plays brain dead heroes.
Brain dead, run at you heroes. Like Omni-Knight.
And yeah, once again, he's eyeing up those drums. Fear, I haven't seen in a while, but he's doing his thing. You know, he's Fear. He's hitting some neutral camps. He's getting farmed. No pressure coming his way. And that was with that vision actually stayed up around him. So they've been eyeing what Fear's been doing. Like, they're fully aware of where he is, but it's daytime. So it's hard to make that maneuver in there. They're still just kind of focusing on getting Tinker farmed.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's daytime. You think Stalker really sees that?
Dude, that hero's blind during the day now. It is painful.
Feels pretty bad. Pretty bad, but at least he's got some extra movement speed now for the daytime time, since he's going to be phase boots here. Attempt for a kill on Male, though. That seems like a difficult kill. Yeah, see if they can get the combo here. Lead with the stun, follow up the epicenter, make sure they get the silence in. Magic damage, loads aplenty. TNC will take another.
Nicely done again, not allowing time for that repel.
And again, they brought Razor. TNC are always willing to bring some of these extra heroes to let the Tinker from the other side of the map. It's one of the beauties of Tinker, right? Is that you don't have to worry about showing out the lane so much.
Yeah, you can be way more patient with the other heroes. Yeah. And you can have a couple heroes kind of in that same area too, always waiting for like kill opportunities, the Sand King just lurking nearby. And they've timed it well with the siege catapults, so easy life. And doesn't look like there'll be any sort of an option on the opposite sides of the map for EG. So what will be their response then? Misery's going to scout out behind.
Gives him a love tap.
Yeah, I guess that does drive them away. So still very tight. 5 to 6, 1k lead for EG. I'm not sure how I feel overall about this game. I've obviously lost quite a bit of favor for the old Night Stalker just because he's been nerfed so much.
Sure.
Doesn't feel quite as good, but I think if you get past that early game and you've gotten a little bit of work done and you can get some items on the hero, his vision game is still relatively the same. He is going to be helped out during the daytime at the very least from Zeus. Just, you know, you can just ulti, you get an idea as to where everyone is. That's going to help a lot for the Tinker jumping through these fights. But then heading to that mid game as well, Misery's done very well for himself, and we're going to have these tracks going on. He's poor net worth-wise, but he's almost into level 6. Does he have any buddies to get kills, though? It'll basically just be him, Storm, and our Rubik. Omni, of course, not the quickest guy.
Both rotation, it's going to find Fear here. They actually pop the Zeus ultimate as well. Oh, they let him get off Sunder. Tim's
been so good on the silences.
Sure, they actually are still going to kill the Terrorblade and all that, but I don't think Raven's going to be too happy about the situation. They want to go for a push, and he's sitting at half HP.
Question will be, can they do anything about this? If Crit gets a decent steal, there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Well, not if he gets stunned up and bursted down. Nuke comes out from the Razor. 1437 gets close enough for the lightning bolt. So good placement there from SamH, but they do extend themselves pretty deep. And now Raven, he's going to be paying the price for that missing HP. Finally, the Storm does catch him, but it runs out of mana now. Try and go for SamH instead. SamH, 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds for a burrow strike out instead. Tries to go for TP, doesn't make it.
And that kind of showed that too, like with the Storm making plays and everything, the Omni couldn't get there in time to get the purification on the hero they actually wanted with the pullback. I mean, no fault of Sumail, honestly, it's pretty damn impossible even with phase boots and using a drum charge. Couldn't quite grab it.
I wonder if he's going to go the Yules.
Yeah, Yules.
For an additional disable against the Tinker and just that big old movement speed build.
I don't think they have enough reasons for him to pick up a Blink. So he can be pretty good against like certain initiations and everything, or like against a Tide Hunter or something. You might want it to be able to pop out after, but it's more important for him to just kind of stay in those front lines, these engagements.
So I always ask Blitz about the updates on Storm Spirit. His latest one was Kaya not feeling too hot on the hero.
Yeah, that's the big slasher opinion too, right? Like he was saying, like, Kaya's not core. Like, it can be okay, but overall it feels not that fabulous according to many Storm enthusiasts.
Apparently, Arteezy disagrees. Takes up the early Kaya and is going to go straight to Orchid rather than the Bloodstone. I feel like this is the older build, right? You go Kaya, maybe Orchid into the Bloodstone. Like, you seriously delay your Bloodstone by quite a lot. But lately, I feel like we haven't been seeing that as much. Kaya's a bit out of favor, but Arteezy build fits this game.
Yeah,
definitely
like,
does need the early Orchid.
Yeah, I like the Orchid for sure. Yeah, some way to target down this Tinker. It's kind of all on him.
Maybe that's why it's like Bloodstone compared to, for first item, right? Bloodstone compared to Kaya.
And if he gets silenced in a fight, he just dies.
Yeah. So they are going to be able to grab the Tinker here in the top lane. Misery has a track on him, wants to be able to get the Shuriken out. Cuckoo did manage to finish up his rearm, decides to make a difference. Oh, the ultimate goes out from the Zeus in the mid-fight. They do manage to take down Fear pretty low. Bloody managed to get off the Sunder onto Raven. He's stolen a lot of damage, though. Not enough. It seems they're still a bit scared fighting against Old Man Fear.
Yeah, Misery did die to the ulti from the Zeus, and then it barely survived from Arteezy. He went down solo. He actually had to zip to dodge the last tower attack to keep himself alive. So managed to get himself back home, though. So overall, Gank's still very successful in the top lane. A lot of ultis fly out, and TNC are able to defend their tower. But the siege waves are coming in. Not sure if either team can maybe take advantage of this and go for a push. It looks like we're just going to spread out and farm for a bit.
There's another Kaya hero, Zeus.
Now that we definitely see a lot. Yeah, the Agnivs on this hero, you really just cannot underestimate either. Even in the support role, it's often teams will give a ton of space to the hero to get it, especially Secret, of course, with Yapzor. Certainly the most notable team that practices this strategy often. It completely changes the game. It's an insane amount of damage. And he's got decent combo this game with the Sand King too, so multi-man burrow strike into a quick kill in the jungle down to a TB.
Nice kill on Fear, and they're going to wrap back into mid. Now 1437 has already been gone on and bursting down by Sumail and crit Cuckoo. Misery thought about it. He really wanted to actually go for that play, but TP already completed back over the mid lane. Raven is going to be able to get on top of crit, but there is a Storm Spear here. Surprise! Arteezy gets a good amount of damage, but the two-man burrow strike, that's going to help, but it's still too much heal damage. And now with a repelled up Arteezy right in front of two different heroes, he can just fight. They are going to lose crit. Tinker desperately trying to get some damage onto some of these heroes to make sure they can't chase down Tins. Seems like the threat is enough. Dissuade them from going for it. Sumail actually taking tons of damage here, but again, Tim's not able to get on top of him. So at the end, TNC lose a real bad fight inside that river area. And Fear just kind of casually shrugs off his deaths from earlier because it's his allies that are the big winners of this.
It ends up being just space for him too, down the bottom lane. Pushed out a couple waves. And it ends up being about a 1k gain for the Radiant side this game. So a little bit scary though, if they want to keep making plays like that. We're going to be watching out for any sort of big, if they try and make another deep dive like that, they could run to something like the Tinker. So they'd be very cautious they don't give away any sort of like...
Apologies, it seems like Night Stalker has casted a significant darkness spell.
Usually it's the global silence that gets us.
Yeah, that is true.
Double damage.
It's okay, nothing happened, guys. I'm still in there.
Anything happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Arteezy's going to grab
a top lane. It looks like Tinker is going to go down to Arteezy.
Still counts.
17-minute Good job, JJ. Yeah. Not even in the game, still catches the kills. Tim's, it's daytime, my friend, and Sumail is running so damn fast. Look at him, he's just sprinting at the Night Stalker. Is going to run him down underneath the tier 2 tower. And nobody can really stop it. 1437, trying to push back Misery, but he's got track on him, so I advise.
As you have theorized, the Yules, right? Using that drum charge, it's a percent-based gain that you get, so the more movement speed that you're stacking on your hero, the more effective those charges are, and he just runs like a demon. Although this demon doesn't move very much, this sphere guy. He just kind of stands still.
He really does. Stands tall against towers. They've already taken the tier 1. Gets a bit of damage on the tier 2. It looks like, are they going to go top? They've already got Stormseer pushing into that tier 2.
They're playing a bit blind right now from EG. In terms of wards, they have the tracks going on, so they have ideas like what Zeus is up to and stuff like that, but overall, not too much aggressive vision. They've got themselves a Tinker ward, though, up in the top lane, so they're hoping that'll help them catch out Cuckoo. Misery, providing that vision. And they're lacking it from wards, too.
Jump in for the Storm Spirit. A little bit deep. Still going to catch the Zeus, though, and actually pulls in the Razor, so they're going to try and get these extra kills. Sam H did not have enough damage to be able to finish up crit. Tim's going to try and go for the kill anyway, but Sumail, who had popped his ultimate, defends against the Razor pretty well, and they're able to get that kill. Now Tinker can clean this up, though. They've already gotten 2 kills off the Rockets. Maybe they can control the Storm Spirit long enough. Needs a little bit longer with the silence out there, but Orchid on to placed on a Cuckoo, preventing a lot of this damage. RTZ finally gets off the silence, goes for the TP out, and he's going to make it away. That would have been a huge win for TNC. They desperately needed that too with a 6,000 gold lead by Evil Geniuses. If they had gotten a big hero like Stormseer, top of the net worth right now, it would have been worth so much to them.
Yeah, and that does certainly highlight the problems that can come towards EG. They lost a little bit of their lead there, about 2k or so overall, just from those kills that got fired back onto Cuckoo at the end. So if they dive too deep like that and they get punished by the Tinker, they could easily throw away this lead. So,
oh, just imagine if he had that Kaya in the last fight.
Yeah.
They definitely would. Misery reveals himself just to get some track time on the Tinker while he's farming. So Tinker won't feel as comfortable going to these side lanes and push. Check out again that
Level
fight in the mid lane.
That was a good gank.
It was a strong
I'd say that one gank told the entire story of this game.
That.
Oh, and look, that's when we lost Sphere. Maybe we're in a pause right now, and we just don't know what's happening.
That's probably true.
That's probably what's happening.
Nope. Back into the game we go. Smoke up TNC. 4-man smoke up between the towers, tier 1 and tier 2. So a really deep rotation that they may not be expecting inside of Evil Geniuses. They show up in the river. See if EG gets caught by surprise. Of course, the smoke has worn out. And EG, I mean, they spread themselves out pretty heavily. They're ready, trying to scout any of the TNC members making their way in. 1437 is going to show himself on the right-hand side, but the rest of TNC is going to come in from behind. They're going to go for silence first on Omni Knight now. They managed to get a stun onto the Stormseer as well. They're going for crit first, though. RTZ is going to be able to get some damage as a result. Oh my god! Fierce is doing so much damage to these heroes. Looks like Tim's going to be run down by RTZ. Now turns for the easy kill onto the Zeus. Sphere managed to survive through that Sand King stun as well, but not the missile. Cuckoo gets the dominating spree, managed to take down 3 there, so a 4-for-3 exchange. Not terrible for TNC if Tinker's getting some gold, but you got to be worried about it.
I thought that was going to be way worse, to be honest. And again, it kind of shows that same problem that Sam H was having last game on the Bat Rider, but now it's been transferred to our Night Stalker because he's like, who do I silence? Do I silence this Storm Spear because he's just going to get repelled, or do I silence this Omni Knight and he just uses himself and we don't have the follow-up to stop him from then just repelling and then just healing and throwing out all of his abilities.
It feels like they didn't have very good targeting.
Yeah, like the coordination
they
wasn't exactly
the Omni
perfect.
Knight, and they burrow strike on the Storm, and then their cores focus down the Rubik. I'm not sure if that's the person you want to be. It's the faster kill.
Yeah.
But Storm Spirit is definitely the highest damage dealer.
And Cuckoo is getting that gold, but the fact that like it's so much like spent time for Raven, he just can't get anything on this Razor. Like if he is to just be sitting there by this tower, he can't go out and push or farm or do anything. Feels pretty vulnerable too because the Storm can just be TPing the shrines and kicking off fights. He doesn't know when there's a bounty, just tracking his every move. It's gonna be really hard for Raven to get back into this game unless he starts getting some of these kills and they start coming out actually on top of these team fights by like a hefty margin. Now this is why we had that replay, because it's a familiar scene where we almost killed the TV in the same spot.
There we are. We are going to be able to find Fear. I thought he was actually going to back out, noticing somehow the TNC were off map and he could dodge that smoke gank. TNC still find the kill. Arteezy's actually struggling to enforce this fight. He's got his completed Bloodstone, so he is eager to get some extra charges here. But fighting into the full 4-man of TNC may not be so easy during nighttime.
They see the courier moving down there with that ward, so they're going to be able to track in that and say, let's see who's down here. Fine enough for a good kill, and that ultimate now running out here on the Razor. But this is good. This feels like much better movement for Raven. Like this, at least he's trying to get some stuff done. Cuckoo's pushing out that lane like Tinkers do.
Oh, they spotted Arteezy, already got the silence on him. This is huge if they can actually get him with the 2-man burrow strike. They're setting up really well, but the Impies is going to cause some problems. Finally, the silence does manage to run out. He actually turns, goes for the Razor. Again, the easy kill because he's just so underfarmed. Arteezy goes deeper, goes for the 1437 kill, gets that one as well. 3-man burrow strike for damage with the epicenter on top. What a big play, but it's not quite enough to finish off Arteezy. They need this kill desperately. Tims is willing to risk his life to try for it, but with the TP coming in from Fear, he decides against it. They still manage to take out 3 on the side of Evil Geniuses, so it's a 2-for-3 exchange. Poor Raven has got to just be feeling awful about his life, but again, Tinker is the big recipient of all this gold. Yeah, and at the very least, I mean, SamH has started to leapfrog a little bit up the board, so it's tough. They don't have any good answers to the BKB, or in this case, just the repel for the Storm Spirit. So he's running around these fights completely rampant. We're gonna have to look for, I guess, like that scythe control coming out from the Tinker later on to the game. It's a lot of itemization stuff that's going to be coming out to try and save this one for TNC. But they are keeping those waves pushed out. In a good position. Here we go. That fight once again here. See, Cuckoo comes in at the perfect time just after these initiations, and SamH just kind of waits for his moment. Again, maybe, jeez, it just seems like they don't have enough damage to actually really threaten Arteezy. They get the silence on him, they lay some damage on him too. He's got 2,000 HP, and Storms have pretty good armor as well, naturally, though. Without the Tinker already there as the silence goes down, like that's the guy they need to be able to take some chunks out of Storm Spirit's HP. As a result, they kind of split their focus, right? They don't kill Rubik. The Storm. Initiation. We need to find those big refractions from the Aghanim Scepter from the Tinker. Like if those setups of the burrow strike like that with the laser flying through, that's when that real damage is gonna be pumping on out here. And 3-7. Currently eyeing up the Force Staff, but it is a component for the Aghanims. There's a chance, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to get there at any time that'll be useful. They pop that Susan. They do see most of the EG area, but they weren't actually in Roshan Pit. It was kind of in the dire jungle area. EG with the Metamorphosis, going to the Roche Pit, take it, TNC. Not sure if they're none the wiser, but they're certainly missing out on an opportunity to contest. Long jump in from Arteezy. With this Bloodstone, with the Aegis, with the Repel, it allows him to be able to go in deep, threaten support's lives. Unfortunately, the old Scepter cost him a little bit of issues there, so. That cost him a nighttime too. 20-21, 7,000 gold leads, 26 minutes in for E. Another game that EG looks to be in pretty good control. TNC do have one shining. Got to side the buy snap. Big upgrade. Yeah, that kind of shows that whole problem with the damage though they're having is that he can't just itemize completely into like, you know, this Aether and this Aghanim Scepter. He's the one who has to kind of get that control going because no one else is getting enough gold for it. SamH was just able to afford the Yule Scepter, so he'll be able to play a little bit more confidently in the fights because of that, especially up against Arteezy. Can help deal with the tracks too, give them a little bit better idea. I feel like TNC's done a good job of playing pretty grouped up and haven't given away too many pickoffs for the Storm. For sure. It's just they've lost team fights, but they haven't given away 3 kills. They did spot Misery there, but they are going to be able to jump in with the Scythe of Ice as well. The Burrow Strike, a little bit overlap. They need some extra stuns. They need Tim's here to be able to get the silence. They just couldn't get him there in time. Now the Telekinesis top back, but they do have vision. They need to be able to take out that vision to be able to help save some of their allies. Fortunately, Misery did get invis off the Glimmer Cape. They managed to kill him, though. Jump in from RTZ. Again, stunned up by the Burrow Strike. This time around, they can maybe get the silence off on him, and he is left with 0 things to be able to pull out of that one. 14-37, trying to walk away with the track.
They're going to catch him if he jumps in here.
Oh, no.
You know he wants to.
Arteezy's repelled and everything. He guaranteed gets that kill. The question is whether or not he makes it out alive. So he decides to play it safe.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I think if it's a core, he probably would have went.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Lowest member of the Dire team is confident enough to say, all right, I'm just going to back away. Because they have nothing to go through this BKB. Yeah. 8 merchants, machine damage chosen. Not the 100 damage on Tinker. How strange.
Damn it. When are these pros going to realize the value?
When will they figure it out? I don't know.
Idiots.
Yeah, they've got some issues.
Think about how much gold that is.
Hundreds.
Hundreds of the golds.
That's a Manta Razor. Trying to find some solutions. Doesn't have too many this game. Trying to stay alive, deal with the silences.
Why Manta instead of BKB?
I guess constant use for the track would be my best answer, but it's not that great. Not sure if you have a better one.
A little bit surprised that he didn't just like go the sort of tank builds that we've been seeing out of like some of these sacrificial carries. Maybe this is
like Shivas and BKB and all that,
drums and tank. We saw pipe builds on one of the racers.
Maybe he's looking for some more gold too. Sending out these illusions, like please. Hey, give something for the Tinker to TP on too.
The Raven still hoping that he can be one of the damage dealers for this game. Not giving up on his role as a carry just yet. He is sitting at 10k net worth. That's only 2,000 behind the Terrorblade right now. Fortunately, it is 4,000 behind Male's Omni.
Yeah, and that's gonna keep going too with that Radiance. He's just gotten to the point where he's actually starting to like get a decent farm speed going. What I think about Fear's net worth feels, I don't know. I guess it's been Fear, right? That's kind of how he's been playing, but it's kind of surprising that even on a hero like TB, he's still at that point, you know? Yeah. Where he's still being sacrificed to give more towards Arteezy and towards Sumail.
I was about to say, I was thinking, I was like, anybody who's playing the Terrorblade this game, it's Fear, because that hero has been totally countered by the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
Yule Scepter, Sand King, serious trouble. Oh, and he gave away the Burrow Strike to crit as well. That's not going to feel good. 2 supports down. Track kills aplenty. Now, there is a lot of rockets, but I don't think TNC could bump back on the Sand King. Really?
Yeah, there's enough to drive them back. Perhaps they're
jump
chase.
Guessing, hoping, not finding Cuckoo.
50-50 chance.
Yeah.
The guess is wrong this time, though. And there's also a regen rune top, which they do see, so they could go for possibly a smoke play. But Cuckoo's also nearby too.
Oh, the long jump onto Cuckoo, but he's already blinked away. He barely got ahead of Arteezy. Managed to get the scythe onto him. Is he gonna commit? No, Glimmer Cape is too much of a problem, man. Okay. Orchid ult onto Sand King. Gotta get out.
Arteezy just immediately uses the regen rune too. Think about being repelled. Yeah, they've smoked up. Probably gonna think about repelling him, having him jump on in. He doesn't want to waste his BKB.
Man, this Glimmer Cape has been... It saved so many heroes. Crit used it on Stormsphere multiple times now. It's hard for TNC to be able to keep vision down constantly when they have to play pretty spread out with their Tinker, which is their primary kill hero, right?
And the other thing, it's hard to see during a game, but when everyone's tracked up on the Dire side and everyone on the range is just moving so much faster. Like, they're already building these heavier move speed items, but the tracks are just letting them maneuver so much more around the fights.
Yeah. Oh man, they've got a pipe on a bounty hunter. That's how you know it's been a good game for the support player.
Tim's is now about 1,200 gold away here from the Agnum Scepter. Trying to add up that vision. That would be one way to kind of counter that back, especially up against the bounty hunter. But it's still quite a ways away. The EG lead now increases to 9k. Patiently await another Roshan.
Yeah, it's all well and good, right? Elo Geniuses have that fantastic lead and everything. Game's going great. But the hardest part of the game It's still got to be breaking high ground against carry Tinker, right?
It is, but I don't know how they stop a BKB / repelled Storm Spirit from just jumping in and killing someone. That could be a problem.
With positive thoughts, Trent.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Because if they're just sitting on that high ground,
Get some positivity in here.
yeah, that's what they need. Because Arteezy is just going to obliterate someone, and they're just going to stand there. Everyone's just going to hang it out and be like, man, I'm glad that's not me. Because there's nothing we can do. We need a Glimmer Cape or something.
Aim those positive thoughts at Arteezy immediately.
Thoughts and prayers.
Boys
It's under attack.
in black and orange? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Not just yet. There are no condolence. Let's see.
The
Fighting
Phoenix
at
Army,
Open.
I believe, is their
Phoenix
fan base.
Army, is that their
That's their fan
thing?
base. Yes,
That's what that bird is?
I believe
The
so.
Phoenix?
I think so. Are the things you learned. We're going to be casting in front of the Phoenix Army. Yeah.
Oh,
Wowzers.
we certainly
The
want
question is, will TNC be playing?
I was about to say, we certainly wouldn't want to lose TNC or that Phoenix Army now, would we?
Of course not.
TNC. Time. What up? Scores even, at least. 22.
Ah, yes. Well said. Net worth, not even. Thank you, him. Oh, my goodness.
The experience.
He's all over the place. He's a madman. They're so chill right now in EG. Man, it's like kind of game one, but just maybe they don't necessarily feel that strong. You must feel so good at Storm this game, though. Like, they pick it so late on. They already had an Omni Knight. They're like, man, this game is good. But it's all on Sam H. It's all on Cuckoo. They're the ones who have to find that little tiny sliver of hope in the armor that is provided from Sumail and that BKB.
Misery's gonna scout things out for Arteezy here in 4 Tims. It's daytime, so we couldn't see them.
Like right there. Oh, poor hero.
Oh no.
What a shell of his former self.
Sandstorm. That's not what he wanted.
He needs to like play the buddy system these days, you know?
Yeah.
He needs a friend if it's daytime. And they just hold. Hold. Clear the waves. It's our best hope.
EG, they're just waiting out on Roshan. If they could get Aegis, they could get Cheese, then Storm Spirit can make crazier plays. The TNC space when they go for the high ground push. And honestly, like, there's still plenty of opportunities for big pickoffs with this Tinker constantly forced to go for these split pushes. So EG, even if they do get Aegis and Cheese, there really is no rush to just head into TNC's base.
Yeah, they're still playing slow in a sense of like a lot of grouped play too. They don't want to give that opportunity away. Because we talk about Arteezy. Yes, Arteezy is amazing in this game. His Storm Spirit's going to be so good. He's going to be BKB, but he can't actually just completely 1v5. So there's a chance that they don't play it quite right. They can start picking them off one by one.
Well, that's the right play. Arteezy with the double damage finds another Bloodstone charge. So what are we at, JJ? 20. It's got a Shivas too, so makes it even easier to scout the Tinker. It is hard knock life for this Tinker when it comes to split pushing. He's got to be so scared. It's Bounty Hunter, Storm Spirit with Shivas for the reveal. Soon, and Aegis and Cheese on. You see him notice that before, Rubik? He does a little jig.
Oh, he's doing his dance
while he's standing still,
like
sandstorming. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because Sand King does his little Chanlin dance thing going on.
Immortality is mine.
And maybe hand that cheese off too. Oh, he's just gonna chill. Crickets hold it.
Oh, I like that choice, by the way, the Aeon Disc on the Omni Knight. Yep. Making sure he can't get really bursted down by the Tinker.
Is a great conductor.
If I have Terrorblade and a Storm, I don't need to put up damage. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be happy as long as I'm staying alive and providing those guys the space that they need.
It significantly decreases the disable of silence, right? Which is probably Night Stalker's first target.
Yeah, I can't forget about Sash Resistance. Posture themselves into a pretty aggressive stance. Vision nearby. Ooh, Uku. He almost showed up there.
Yeah,
Wise choice not to go.
I'm TNC and let's gem. We said gem dropped here.
Yeah, probably. I mean, oh, there it is. Because I mean, they have the Agnem Scepter, so
Gotta
it
have
was
nice.
time. they can clear a couple of wards in placed by EG. Looks like they've got a line going across the top there. Can't tell if that's crits or not. Might just be crit. Yeah, now I start seeing them coming through wards.
At least TNC are doing the right thing, right? They're formatting around with their Tinker rotations because he simply can't do it solo anymore. Too risky.
Yeah, when you're going high ground, at least that part is telegraphed. You know, you need a wave there, so they can kind of guess as to what EG's maneuvers are.
That poor frog. Oh, the long jump in for the Jeepers. Managed to hit 3 with that one. Is going to go for the Night Stalker first. See if they can take away that gem. Sumail already losing his Aeon Disc status. Is going to be vulnerable, but they can't really get any disables out on him. The Sand King is going to be caught underneath Arteezy's spell and bursted down by the Remnants. It did cost them the BKB of Fear.
There's no buyback though on Sam H. And they have the creep wave, even the catapult to boot. And even a glyph if they really need it.
Well, he's still got
Send those creeps in.
They still got Tinker, so maybe they can spam it up. Oh no, they can't lose their Tinker though. Night Stalker trying to stop what's happening here, but the Zeus is still going to die to Arteezy. Jumps in a little deeper, pushing the rest of TNC back now up to 22 Bloodstone charges, 63 mana a second.
At the very least, Sam H has passively gained his buyback, so there's a chance he can make some sort of turnaround play. Arteezy begins the slow siege. They have a 4-staff on the Razor and really get a cheeky push-up. That's the best hope they have right now. Of course, if you push anyone to the base, then Arteezy just jumps you and you die, so...
Yeah. I knew you gotta push anyway.
Yeah, just Misery hanging out nearby trying to ward or something.
Yeah. Oh no, Tim, fly! Fly, you fool!
Well, that was that Eggs and Gem.
Yeah. Arteezy. He is fearless because he can be. They jump in, Blink Dagger. Ooh, more staff actually stopping that one. Actually hits the stun onto Raven anyway. That's going to hurt things a little bit, but what's going to hurt more is losing their Tinker, not having buyback, and ultimately don't think they can defend without their Tinker. It's going to take a while, though, for Evil Geniuses to be able to close out all of these barracks, especially since there's a tier 2 still the bottom lane, so TNC do not have to give up just yet. Probably just have to give up 2 lanes of Brax. See if Evil Geniuses push more. They're going to go for more indeed. Zeus is going to get a target here. Break it up. Easy kill there. Raven's also going to die. The epicenter comes in for the Sam H whip. No, actually hits crit, but still does not actually get the kill. Sumail saves him.
Pipe and no field and on the defensive. Oh my god, there's no damage.
There is just nothing.
Yeah, this game, I don't know, I didn't have that same hope that I felt in game 1.
Yeah.
Where it felt like TNC had this chance to make that comeback play. This one, it just felt like, I don't know, that Storm Spirit was such a good pick. They got him off to a very good start. And the Razor didn't get like any sort of domination happening for him up against the Omni Knight. It seemed like the way the lanes were set up with the supports just worked out way too well for E. And Raven was almost a complete non-factor this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just did not have a fun time whatsoever. Laning phase, mid-game, and I mean, he's playing kind of that sacrificial carry. I'm not sure if like itemizing or anything would have changed anything for him.